Hi, I'm Michael Marr, CEO of OnePassport. Wow, how fast things move. And the question is, are you prepared for Omicron? On Saturday morning, we woke up to the news that there was a fast moving new COVID variant, which was being called in the press at the time NU, coming out of Southern Africa. By the end of the day, it had received an official name from the World Health Organization, Omicron. They talk about it as if it is the Delta on steroids. It's like, wow, I remember when Delta was the original COVID variant on steroids. And this thing is moving faster and more deadly than that. Delta had 13 mutations of its protein spike, whereas Omicron has had 50 mutations overall, and 30 of them are within the protein spike. We don't know what that's going to mean. And also the troubling news that it seems to have mutated within an immunocompromised person, potentially a HIV/AIDS sufferer in Africa. So we don't know what impact that's going to have when it reaches a Western country like Australia with our standard of living and our types of vaccines. A lot of this is still unknown. And that was just Saturday. By Sunday morning, we had closed our borders to 9 Southern African states. By Sunday afternoon, we'd re-implemented mandatory quarantine for 72 hours for all international arrivals. Today, Monday, we have said, well, bad luck. Omicron's already here. It got through before we closed the border, so too late. There are 2 COVID positive arrivals from Southern Africa in New South Wales who have been shown to have the Omicron variant. There's potentially some in the Northern Territory, but there's also some in Belgium and Hong Kong and other parts of Asia, which are travelling or transit points for Australia. So unless we lock the borders completely again, we're never going to keep it all out. Now, we don't know how bad this is going to be. We don't know the full impact that this is going to have. Maybe our systems and our vaccinations can hold up to it. Maybe they won't. We don't know. What we do know is that we must be prepared. As employers, we must be able to record, track, and manage COVID vaccinations and COVID tests of our employees. I'm not talking about a spreadsheet. I'm not talking about renaming a couple of fields in a database like a HR system or a payroll system. No, here's the certificate number and here's the date they got it and potentially attaching the green certificate. That doesn't cut it. You need to be able to see, did they get AstraZeneca or Pfizer? Because the boosters that come will be different. My staff, I've got clinical staff, some of whom have had their 3rd booster because they were as healthcare workers, they were some of the original receivers of the vaccination, so they're already up for their booster. But that's not an Omicron booster, which will probably come out further down the track. And the Pfizer one will be different to the AZ one. Will probably have a different time frame as well. These are the information or the types of information that you're going to need to be able to track. And if you can't, well, if you get this wrong, the reputational and financial risk to your organization will be huge. Look at what is happening in the press now as an example with St. Basil's and the hotel quarantine system, the companies behind that. You don't want your name up in lights in that way. Get this right. Get a proper immunisation system in place that can track this, manage it, download and verify information and hold it all securely and all within the guidelines of the Privacy Act, or the legislative requirements of the Privacy Act rather. Don't get it wrong. Visit onepassport.co, contact me via LinkedIn, but get this done properly. It's not hard. You've just got to reach out. Take care and good luck.